Day one. Gosh, that nearly reminded me of A Plague Tale Innocence music for a second.
The water's cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, Teddy Bear.
You know I don't like it when you call me...
Edward Charles Harden, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Lissy, promise.
Well, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean. Aside from you.
Does it change focus?
So, do you think we'll find your Betty in, what did you call this village? Gravewick? Grovewick? Greywick?
She's there.
How can you know for sure?
She's my sister.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about...
But that's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing, or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
Ooh, the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, Little Miss Perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sidarb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear. Edward. We will find her.
We will
Betty's
find
fine.
her.
Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of positively nowhere Scandinavia way. Just to chase her
way.
down. Everything will be Jake, old fruit. Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful and beautiful and so desolate.
Hi,
Like a place
Kale.
built
I'm
for
doing alright.
ghosts.
How are you?
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
Yeah, Alice.
You slay me, Teddy, old bean. Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time the weather arrives.
So you say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. The one that I wrote, Kale? I don't think I've actually told Stream that yet.
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept to you,
Probably
but
can now,
that's something
actually.
normal
Hey,
people
Zengochan,
do.
how you doing?
Hardy har har.
Hardy har har.
The Fretland farm is up the hill somewhere.
Up where?
I don't know if I can loot in this game.
I
You
believe
can't
it's
wait to go
that
home.
farmhouse, all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet
and-
you up there, old sport. I want to explore. Last one's a skunk's tail.
Wait. The ground's muddy. It's easy to slip and fall. Walk slowly and watch out
Don't
for...
be a wet blanket. A little mud never hurt anyone.
Hey, Lobo, how you
Fine.
doing?
Just stay close.
As long as you keep up with me.
I can't see any. What?
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home.
What?
Trouble to hear of your sister's disappearance.
What?
No news to share.
What?
You'll find our farm on top of the hill.
What is he reading?
Hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland.
What?
Well, I'm here. Where are you? Did you make it? to
That's not what the
Grove?
letter said.
And why did you pick this forlorn
I'm glad it's the weekend
hole
too.
under
I'm
the
doing alright.
mountains? Also sprach Zarathustra.
Teddy, are you coming? I'm almost there.
On my way. Righto. Step to it, teddy bear. Lissy,
I'm up at the farm.
What? I don't know if there's anything to see down here. Yeah, so I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I handed in my resignation at work. Yeah, but can I do other stuff? I can't run.
Lissy!
I'm waiting for you at the farm.
I'm assuming you've played this, right, Lobo?
Alice?
I'm by the farmhouse.
Oh, really?
Are you lost, old sport? Follow my voice.
It will be, Kale. It's been a very, very rough time. So in 4 weeks, I'm dropping down to a 4-day working week, and I'm going to do an extra stream on a Monday. And then 4 weeks after that, I'll be finishing and then moving house.
Are you coming?
Just taking a break.
Hurry up. Storm's getting closer.
I don't know how to... I can run, apparently. Maybe I just can't run here. I don't know how to get up. Oh, maybe I just had to move. Gosh, the music in this is so nice.
Alice!
I'm by the farmhouse.
Okay, we're just gonna go to her. Hey, Sauce, how you doing?
Teddy, this way.
Hans Christian Andersen. Can we rest again? I'm a contractor, so they didn't have a choice. I just said, this is what I'm doing, and this is when I'm doing it. So it's going to be a very interesting year. I'll share more about it when I can. But yeah, it's going to be a big year. Yeah, I'm doing alright, Sus. I'm glad it's the weekend. I mean, I only worked 3 days this week, but there were 3 very stressful days. I want to go faster. Is that a goat? Do I rest again? I sound exhausted. Is she gonna yell at me?
Seriously?
You're not the one carrying a suitcase.
Look, she was rude to me on the boat, okay? I'm still trying to get compensation. I don't know how successful I'm gonna be, but I'm trying.
What took you so long?
I'm not 17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
It's kind of creepy. I think that's
Did you see
just
the
like...
flag? It's at half-mast.
Where are you going?
So, did you see the flag? It's at half-mast. Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone?
Up in the mountains, maybe.
Herding goats? Are they goat herders? I took them more for fisher folk.
The rain's picking up. We should get indoors.
You first, old bean.
Just so many weird names for me.
Hello? Anyone there? Mr. Fretland? Mrs. Fretland? This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
Okay.
I'm coming in. This is... This is Mr. Harden. Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is as empty as a bird's nest in December. Hey, you want to check out the upstairs? Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont.
It's really coming down.
How about a quick run in the rain?
Okay.
You can't be serious.
You're already a wet blanket, teddy bear. It's not like you'll get any wetter.
There's the Stave Church.
Do you think that's where they've all gone? Maybe there's a very popular funeral.
The flag was at half-mast, but no sign of life out there.
Look! Family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them?
The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and...
Why did that not focus?
John?
Johann.
This is honestly not what I'd pictured. They're very presentable. Not at all like turnip farmers.
They're not turnip
The
farmers.
references.
That must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything? It's 1923, Teddy, old boy. Women can vote. Wait. Is that... Are they... Who's... They're all twins. All of them.
That's Johann and Anna Fretland.
There are two of each, Edward. Two of each.
Frederick and Margaret. Twins marrying twins.
My mind's reeling. This is just too adorable.
May 26th, 1899. We'll be celebrating their silver anniversary next year. Dear Mrs. Fretland, I trust this letter finds you and your husband in good health. I wrote to inform them about when I'd be arriving. So where are they? I asked about Elizabeth.
And they hadn't seen her?
Anna... Mrs. Fretland promised she'd write if she heard anything. There wouldn't be many female reporters from New York and Western Norway.
Why would she come here in the first place?
Betty always has her reasons. Home feels very far away.
Are we feeling melancholy again?
I've never been this far
I don't
from
know who
Hanover.
this person
It's
is.
about
really
time
good
we
to
got
me.
you out of
Let's
that
go.
dreary old house, Teddy Bear.
Sister, maybe?
The thought of boarding that infernal ocean liner again.
I quite enjoyed it. So much room for exploration and mischief.
So many opportunities for seasickness and claustrophobia.
Don't be a Debbie Downer. I'm sure your tummy will be better behaved on the return voyage. And you'll be craving enclosed spaces after a week in this wide open wilderness.
No, I'm looking for
What are
my
you looking
sister,
at
so
there?
she wouldn't be
A
my
book.
sister.
Strange place for a book. Unless it was a terrible book that deserved a good burning. What's the title?
The cover's charred. Christmas 1922. To Ruth, from Simon. Why would someone burn this?
Like I said, maybe it was a terrible book. Is Simon one of the Freddylanders?
I don't think so. They only have the one daughter.
Maybe it's from a lover.
Where
totally
do you think
what
they've
it is.
gone?
The Fretlands.
The Fretlands?
The books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Alsund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward, dearest?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's English isn't as...
Joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill. Well, those boys look proud as peacocks. What does it say there? Groovy?
Gruben, the mine.
Maybe that's where everyone is. Digging for precious jewels in the Stygian abyss.
From what I learned of this place during the brief stay in Alsund,
goat!
the iron mine shut down
It's the
20
greatest
years
of all
ago.
time!
Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
So the brothers parted ways?
Johann sold his share to focus on farming.
Well, that must have put a damper on their relationship.
Tragic accident befalls the Fretland
no.
Brothers Mining Company.
What happened?
The mine collapsed, killing 3 workers, including Arne Fretland, Frederick and Johann's younger brother.
That's awful. How old was he?
19. Operations were suspended after the accident. Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year.
Johann was smart to exit when he did.
The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry.
It is a little curious. It's me! Am I Harry Potter?
Oof, that's a grim sight, old bean.
I think I'm Harry Potter.
I'm exhausted and soaked to the bone.
Let's get you to bed.
We'll wait for the Fretlands. It's only courteous.
Oh, okay.
Betty,
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty.
Her
That's...
scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything to me. It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there. Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if that's
She's
not...
here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's...
This is
That's
very
great, Edward, really.
unusual.
I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you. Teddy?
It's my scar. Voldemort.
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell.
Look,
You know
spells,
what happens when
magic.
you exert yourself.
I exerted myself by dragging that out, apparently.
Sit down. That's an order from your commander.
Yes. I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the Fretland...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply.
I'm gonna lay down on the couch.
I'm just going to...
Okay. Interesting.
Elizabeth? Is that you? Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Hello? Hey, who's there?
I didn't jump.
Betty?
I totally
Elizabeth.
didn't jump.
Wait! Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty. Are you here, Lissy? Who's out there? Hello? Betty? Lissy?
I'm not alone.
What? I don't know what this is meant to be.
Betty? I can hear you!
It's a crow.
Alice!
Maybe I'm dreaming.
Alice, where are you? Who goes there? Wait!
Oh god. He's crazy.
Are you out there, Betty? Can you hear me? Someone there?
I haven't played Vampire, remember?
Where are you? Hello?
Is Betty a goat? A goat with a
Elizabeth!
scarf?
Are you... Betty, is that you?
It's a basilisk that's dragging me. No, it's Lupin. I'm totally Harry Potter.
Elizabeth, are you there? Lizzie?
What? Was that
The
Bones?
boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Lizzie? Where did
I
you
don't think
go?
so.
Why did you leave me?
It stopped raining and you were sleeping, and our boat, it's gone.
The boat... What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know. I thought I tied it securely, but... Did you see Betty?
Did I see... What are you talking about?
I think... Betty? It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark towards the sea. You really didn't see it.
She's judging
I
me.
haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean,
She's totally
I
judging me.
saw her face, and
Look at that look.
it looked like her.
Look at the
If
way
it
she
was
blinked.
her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's
She's
getting dark.
17.
Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy Bear. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself. And then you really need to sleep. You
I
must be
just slept.
exhausted.
What?
Come on.
So it would seem that I only get to pick like one of the options sometimes. I don't get to do all of the conversation skills, whatever it is. Sorry. Am I laying on the couch again? Wait. Is she sitting next to me? This is my clothes. Why didn't we, like,
I will find you again.
lay in a bed?
Teddy, come outside. It's a beautiful day.
Lizzie?
Outside, Teddy.
Outside, Teddy! Okay.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that. I'd just woken up. I was groggy, and
By the voice
the
or
mist
the
was
game?
thick as pea soup. I don't know if I saw what I thought I saw.
You were chasing a ghost?
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're looking down on us from the mountaintops.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon.
They will they?
And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, teddy bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not
Noodle juice?
rummaging
Hi,
through their
Kratzy, how you
cupboards.
doing?
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
Oh, so this is the way that I walked? Okay. I'm doing alright. So is this like mapping it as I go?
Where are you, Lissy?
By the village houses, Teddy.
It is. That's kind of cool. Look at all these goats. Like, the goats are alive, so... Hello.
Lissy.
Right by the village houses.
Order. I don't know what that means.
Are you here, Lissy?
No need to shout.
Oh, she's in a tree.
Such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
It's chilly.
That's all you have to say? It's chilly?
You're not cold.
Why would I be?
Thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
To check those buildings.
Knocking on
cool.
doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
Lissy,
Yeah?
Alright, so we're gonna knock on these doors.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
you're not helping. Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages. No one home?
I guess not.
Hello? Who?
I'm gonna
Who's
go there
there?
after. 'Cause that was closed before.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Hello? Anyone home?
Why did we go in this one? Is that like a baby's crib?
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperata. Lissy, found
I mean,
something
we are
here.
desperate?
Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in... Good Sforlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the... Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them.
You should see this, Lissy.
She's not responding.
The letter just trails off. was never sent.
Okay.
Lissy,
Yes?
Why did she ignore me?
did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. 3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors.
Okay.
And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Still think everyone's up in the mountains herding goats?
Elizabeth's sole reason is there. He can't lose sight. It's at least a small part of the village. There are so many places to visit. The boat still bothers him.
Where would Betty
We're all
go
about
if
Betty.
was
She
here
does have
right
balance.
now?
I used to
I'm sure
do
she'd
this.
go for soda pop. Do you think they'll have cola at the general store?
Doubtful.
Boo.
Betty likes exploring new places.
But that wouldn't balance
She'd have
very
done
well.
the same here. And she'd have left some trace of where she'd gone. I just need to put myself in her mind.
I did gymnastics for a long
See
time.
this place through her eyes.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day. And we have nothing better to do.
Nathan, thank you so much for the 19-month refund.
Handstand, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3.
Welcome back to the Spud Club.
I'll catch up.
You ain't had it.
It's so good normal physics don't apply to her, apparently. Wonder if I can go up there. I'm not a mountain goat. This isn't H1.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have
Reminds
survived
you of
here
The
for
Witcher?
centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Probably not.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
Frederick Fretland and son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the...
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punk...
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine.
So it was July.
On
so
July
that was...
24th, in the village church.
I don't know what date
For
it is
something
since
that
we
happened
now.
20 years ago?
It still affected their lives. The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know.
Well, I
Still
assume that's
wards are
why we
resounding
took a
rats.
rowboat.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
So when's this
If they
dated?
couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone
21.
to
So
come
it
fix
is 2023.
This place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugans, I guess.
Is that what that means? I wondered if it meant that.
It must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
He saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather's bad,
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
yeah, all right, I get
This
it.
village is basically you.
I said, all right. The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We lost
We should
it,
keep his
too.
boat. If it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
I went that way the first time. My rope is... knot is still here.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost? If not a ghost,
There must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no
I could pull
ghost in
in.
the night stole our boat.
if you say so. But then,
The one thing that's kind of frustrating with this is when you walk too far, it just cuts off the dialogue.
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
how so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I just miss her.
Alright, so... I guess we should go this way. I wonder if we can get to the church.
A boat! Teddy! Hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Broken.
Not without Betty. Besides, the woods rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
They didn't.
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found. Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains? Where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope. What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Iron.
Iron ore.
Oh,
What?
good
Rock,
guess.
which contains iron
I know.
deposits that...
Okay, Edward.
Min Om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine
Oh, right,
collapsed
right.
in 1902.
Yeah, it's
Georg
interesting, right? Very contrasting.
Niels Framber, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article. He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
Alright. I'm drawing? Am I drawing the rock or am I sitting on the rock and drawing? Very pretty landscape. I want to visit Norway. I wanted to when I went to Europe the first time. I just didn't have time to put it into my schedule. Where's that, Lobo? I swear I'm Harry Potter. It is in Norway. I really would like to see the Northern Lights, but that's in, you can see it in Switzerland, right? Sweden, sorry. Northern Sweden. If you're lucky. What? Did he just draw that? Because, like... You've seen them a couple of times. Are they really, really pretty?
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Yep.
What do you say, old sport?
It's not safe.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of adventure,
What kind of
old
research
sport?
does your mother do?
Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
Yes?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear. What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something.
Nothing.
An important
Oh,
clue.
the
How about the
Northern
general
Lights.
stores? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess. You'd have thought someone would have seen it.
Interesting. Although I can't go up here yet.
Is that? Lizzie, come here.
Is this her hat?
It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat.
It looks like a
Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lizzie.
like a hard hat.
I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
No? Okay, it looks better from here. It doesn't look like a hard hat from here. Yeah, that sounds really interesting, actually. Alright, the door's locked. Don't these windows go up? Oh no, they are split in the middle.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It won't budge.
Ah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Milk toast? These insults are very weird.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Is that pots hanging from the ceiling? It looks odd.
Edward Charles Harding.
Dilettante, world traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a
Jeez.
higher floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Hmm. Bingo!
Barn means child.
I wondered if it meant
And
child murder.
mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Damnation. The hat's in here.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
I
Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way.
Oh,
Why else
really?
keep a shit
Hi,
a
Jerseys.
list
How you
of
doing?
undesirables?
Everything's Jake.
I've never heard this
We made it
everything's
into the
Jake thing
store.
before.
I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June, and they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Telegraph? No, this game is set in Norway. I wish I was in Norway. Interesting. This is the people that the other thing were from before as well. A key?
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
The keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
She's so unusual, her
It's from
personality.
Simon. Yai put it means I put. Nurkel is key. Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
Where are you from,
So the
Juicy?
key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent
From
the summer
Iceland?
reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge. Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S-O...
Wait, is she
S.
pretending to do that or reading it? You're half
Oh,
Hawaiian?
boy.
Interesting.
If only this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
I don't know what that means. Would people really send the hot food that far, though? It's kind of weird. Alright, we need to try and find this key. Do you reckon it's like under a doormat? Oh. Okay, we're just gonna sniff the air and come back inside, apparently.
It's been cut. Why?
And
To
the
remove
brothers.
someone from the picture.
Well, that's just rude.
It's from the opening of the mine in 1897. That's Frederick, Johann's brother.
And the boy could be the younger brother who died.
Frederick clearly did not want anything to do with his twin brother.
Alright. We need to find the key.
Casa.
Oh.
So that's what it means. Cash register.
Okay.
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
It's right there. What? And some stamps. I have unusual thumb knuckles.
Lissy. Nothing. It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here. And not long ago.
Because it's not
Okay,
dusty.
But if that is her hat,
Fresh
what's it
Norwegian
doing in the
mountain
locked
air.
storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth.
I wonder
He
if
was
Ruth is
fond
the
of his
child.
cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at
What
the
if Betty
farm
murdered it?
while I tended to the store. I would have
Calling
seen
it now.
him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... What's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there.
Don't forget them.
Frederick never finished it.
Imagine.
Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you a million clams.
Clams.
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
Alright, let's go, Lissy.
This way.
Excuse me. I'm a little tired.
Teddy! I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern us.
A little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Whoops-a-daisy. You know, I went somewhere when I was in America and they had things called whoopie pies, but I thought they were
What
whoopsie
is
pies.
this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company.
Books
for
and bugs.
Years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going
Can
to
I
do
kill
this.
her?
If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl.
Whoops,
Together.
I slipped. I can't punch her.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
I don't know how I did that. But, I took a swig out of my water bottle, and then when I pulled it away, water jumped out from it into my eye. I don't even know how that's possible. I could not replicate that if I tried. Like a giant version of yours. There is a smaller one. This is a 1 liter one. There's like a 700 ml, I think. I don't know how that happened. Is this a doll without a head? It's kind of morbid. 500 ml.
It must be Ruth's.
Hey, that's been my
Where's the
loading
head?
symbol.
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues.
Maybe. Let's go.
Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh?
What?
Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Why is he so exhausted right now? We're not even moving.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world. Right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more
It's
often.
embarrassing.
So,
Killer has no head.
the
Can
girl
you imagine that?
fell
Like
from
a
here.
regular human with a
Was
tiny
pushed,
baby doll
I
head.
mean. Can you see where she fell?
I've been tempted to try They Are Billions.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
Alright. What
Lissy,
games are you thinking of getting, Lobo?
Slow down.
Or are you wanting to get
Can't
that
keep
you
up with you.
decided not to?
Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking
So
something.
this would be why the flag was at half mast.
Lissy? Are you there?
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They...
Hey Asta,
themselves?
how you doing?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
This is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been...
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. Depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself?
Interesting. Your dead immortal soul torn up. I played a little bit of Teamfight Tactics. I didn't mind that.
You shouldn't be here, Alice.
I've seen dead bodies before, and ghosts don't frighten me. I'm more concerned about you, given what your
Stop.
parents... You need me. I'm staying.
I can't interact with the chair anymore. Oh.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her.
Interesting.
So she ran, and
This happened later.
well, there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann
Could be the
or
father.
Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my
Oh,
concern.
Betty, always just Betty.
Okay, I'll pull him down.
You don't
A
care
new
about
bike.
anyone
Get the
else.
bike first.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again.
Her eyebrows are
Edward,
quite unruly. It's
The
interesting.
hanged man, he's someone. No matter what
She's
he
the
did or
accomplice?
didn't do, he deserves respect.
He is
Would you
Zoom.
please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty. What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
This is really morbid.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
At least they're not gonna show it. Sorry, Alistair, I didn't see that. Hot Dog Arcade. I haven't tried it because I played H1 3 days
Where
ago,
are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming.
and I
back.
played 3 games
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was
and died to
murdered,
cheaters
you
every
mean?
game.
Isn't that what we think happened?
And cheaters and teamers typically go hand in hand in the arcades, unfortunately,
Penny for
especially
your
when there's a
thoughts?
reward. So now you've got fingerprints?
Was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right.
It's a guest
Just
bedroom.
don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean,
No,
we
more
just got
fucking
here.
True.
it's a big place. She could be anywhere.
It's just the thought of her
Oh, I'm in the
alone
kitchen
out
now.
there. In the dark.
Is she
She's
gonna
a tough
clean up
cookie.
after me, or I want to
Your
pick up
Betty.
my own cup?
Tougher than you, teddy bear.
That she is.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened?
True, she has a point.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not
Reading
told
like
me
such a guy.
about what they
Stereotypical,
found
of
and why
course.
they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister.
They have
But I
very
guess it
weird
didn't work.
sayings.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Interesting.
I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
Alice?
Right here.
suspect everything up here could be locked. Nope. It's a Jesus poster, right? Imagine if I couldn't get out of the door. This is a really nice view. It's another cot. I don't really know what that is. They're quite realistic, yeah. This morning I had lemon juice and hot water with no sugar. So this is August. This is the latest date we've seen stuff. Instead of tea. I also had half an apple and dry toast. I've been gaining weight lately. I read about this diet in the paper. It's apparently very popular in London, but I am dreadfully hungry and crave fried eggs and sausages. She's totally pregnant. August 4th. We received an odd letter yesterday addressed to Johann. It's from an American gentleman, Mr. Edward Harden of Hanover, Massachusetts. The letter was well written and very polite. Mr. Harden received our information from the Allison's... Wait, is that what you were talking about, Lord Boat? I don't even know if I said that right. Is that the place? Police where he requested contact in Gravik. I do wonder why they gave him Johann's name and not Frederick's. Perhaps because our dear Margaret is no longer with us. And I'm better prepared to respond in English than Frederick. Mr. Harden inquired about his sister, Elizabeth Harden, who's traveling on her own. Hang on a second. So we're looking for Betty, but I'm inquiring about my sister Elizabeth, and this other girl we're talking to is Lizzie. Does she even exist? Apparently she's a journalist. Imagine that, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to write about Norway. It sounds wonderful. The letter said Elizabeth telegraphed her brother from Allison to inform him that she planned to visit Gravik. Why she'd want to come to this dreary old place, I have no idea. There is nothing here worth writing about anymore. It just seems very odd. His sister has not arrived yet. If she had, I would have tired her out with questions about America, being a journalist and traveling along the world on her own. She sounds so interesting. I hope she does come, even though she will surely be bored out of her mind. All right, Mr. Harden today. Johann is not comfortable writing letters, especially in English. He agrees that we should invite Mr. Harden to stay here if he decides to come. After all, there are no guest houses in Gravik, and our spare room is rarely used. Also, I have to admit, having a visitor from America sounds terribly exciting. August 5th. This morning I had a boiled egg and buttered toast after Johann told me I was being silly and that I do not need to lose any weight, seeing as we're not in London and no one cares. I wrote Mr. Harden to invite him to stay at the house if he decides to come. I'm terribly excited. I do worry for his sister. I wonder where she could be. August 9th. There was an argument in the shop earlier today. Frederick was yelling at poor Astrid, claiming their goats had been grazing on his land. I wanted to speak up, but knew it would only make him angrier. August 10th. Johann went across the field this morning to purchase some necessities, including new fabrics, and to pick up the post. The letters have been piling up in the store. I sometimes worry the world has completely forgotten about us. August 17th. I finished another dress today. This one is for myself. There are no customers anymore. No one here needs another dress, and it's been ages since we visited the city. I hardly know anyone there, and who would want the dresses made in Gravik when they can have one tailored in Allison? I feel lonely today. I miss my dear Margaret so much after all these years. August 20th. I think Ruth is hiding something from me. She's been awfully secretive. She goes off on her own even more than usual, and her clothes are filthy. I don't mind her playing and exploring, of course. I always did regret Margaret and I not being allowed to run free when we were little. Ruth says she's just looking for flowers and pretty rocks. I shouldn't worry so much. August 21st. No, Allison is like across the fjord. Simon stopped by today with a gift for Ruth, a whole bar of chocolate. He's a sweet boy, but Frederick would be furious if he knew. August 22nd. I asked Ruth if she plays up by Frederick's farm under the old mine. She promised she doesn't. I've never had reason not to trust her, but I feel she's hiding something from me. Very close, yeah. I looked at her drawings while she was out. She's got such an imagination. September 5th. We received another letter from Mr. Hutton. He'll be here in October as planned. I look forward to having someone else to speak with, if only for a few days. Not that Johann isn't good company, but we have little to converse about outside of our daily routines. So he only speaks about coming on his own, and yet we're here with someone who's 17, who has a pretty much the same name. There's been no sign of Mr. Harden's sister yet. If she left Ellison weeks ago, where could she be? She may well have decided to stop along the way. We've heard nothing, but we so rarely speak about anyone outside Gravik these days. I do hope she's alright. I would hate for Mr. Harden to come all this way to no avail. Ruth is still being secretive. I know she's hiding something. One of these days I will follow her. September 9th. No church service again today. The vicar hasn't been back since the memorial service in July. Johann believes he won't be back and that he's given up on Gravik like everyone else. I think I'm coming down with a cold. September 15th. Someone damaged our boat during the night. That's the third one this month. Johann suspects Frederick, of course. I fear something is bubbling to the surface again after all these years. I'm not at all feeling well and spent most of yesterday and today in bed. Ruth was sweet and brought me potato soup and tea with honey and milk. September 18th. She has left us. Our dearest Ruth is gone. I cannot believe it was Simon's doing. He too is now gone, and with him all hope Gravik had left in it. So the hanging man, I guess, was Simon? I really think this girl following us is Betty. Dragon Waltz. At least they're playing the correct music. They even have the creak of the pedal. That's interesting. 750 hours, Nathan. Thank you. So who lit the candles? I don't know if I ever converted your hours over. What the? I think I might have. Yeah, you've been here a fair bit. And I need to meet you at TwitchCon. Alright, let's go lay down on the couch. See, this is my actual bedroom, because I'm Harry Potter. That's my cupboard under the stairs. Hey, Grasshopper, how you doing? Oh my god, she scared the crap out of me. Not gonna lie. When I heard footsteps and turned around, I was not expecting her. I'm doing alright. Jeez. Okay.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's
Not
healthy
now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
I don't think the features are the same though. Like the nose is different. I said it to Lord Bo because he's not going and he should. I thought that said slay, not sleep. Why am I sleeping on the couch?
Quite
This
the
is
day,
ridiculous.
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Because she doesn't
Don't
sleep.
stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Maybe she's a ghost. Achievement unlocked. Home Alone. Well, we did see someone out the window earlier. It makes such a weird noise when it gets up. Look at me, I'm Harry Potter. Come on, you can't tell me I don't look like Daniel Radcliffe in the Harry Potter movies. I have a very weird scar on my lip. Look at it. Why does it want me to read my face? It's kind of creepy. Maybe it always says to read. I think it might be bugged. He looks like Voldemort and Harry had a baby. Well, you never know.
Lissy!
Right up the stairs, Teddy.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Teddy, is that you?
What?
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine?
Not a very childlike room.
One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever.
You're a groundskeeper, Harry.
Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being
Is
melodramatic.
this instead of Crayola? Crayoka? Maybe that's what it's called
I
over
hope you
there.
look.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
Banelson. The curse.
What is that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination.
With the
But
suitcase.
the
Is it
box
me?
she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Never mind.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out. What
Got
is
the
this?
pin.
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Sorry.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from. Her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
A dig, a grave site. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
What's the point of this?
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this
It's a
today?
chamber pot.
Betty's
Yikes.
not the only person in the world that matters.
Sorry.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love
This looks
scary
like
stories.
the one that she drew, though.
This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen The reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner heralds death. Draugen haunts the black seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester. But instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed. And the
There is
revenant's
something else.
chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you... That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not
So it
something a
is like
child
one of
should be
the
reading.
ghost story.
Do you think
kind of
Draugen
things.
took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
And your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
What am I looking for?
Anything out of the ordinary. Something that could explain what happened to Ruth.
This is real life, not a whodunit by Agatha Christie. There won't be a convenient series of clues leading to a tidy conclusion.
Says you. This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family
Draugen.
on one side of the aisle.
But in Norwegian,
Simon
is
and
it
his father on
Draugen?
the other.
A community divided. This is a waste of time.
Edward, you horrid man. Sorry. Please stay. I can't
is on her
stand the
head?
thought of Ruth tossed aside because you're too busy to care. That must be Ruth and Simon's
Just
fathers.
the brothers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Children are very insightful.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
Her Viking treasure. Of course.
You don't want kids? Not everyone wants kids, and that's okay.
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled. And... is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We
I
should be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Okay. Going to church, guys. School trip! My school went on some really cool excursions in study of religion to like a few different denominations, their places of worship. It was really quite interesting, I found. Sorry, I just had to make sure the goats were still okay. I feel like this reed tooltip shouldn't be here anymore.
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Yeah, see, my school taking me to another country would have been a huge endeavor. I never even went to another state with school. Oh, actually, I crossed the border for band camp once. But, like, it was, hey, Keon, how are you? It's been a while. It was like a 2-hour drive to just go over the border. Actually, I had a school camp near there in primary school, too. Excuse me. I am tired. See, I think it's why I really want to travel, in that I grew up like not traveling. Yeah, it is expensive. Yeah, see, that reed tooltip was over the top of something else there, so I'd just assume it's a bug.
All these fresh graves. Do you think that maybe
No.
Betty...
I'd know.
But
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a bond.
God, Edward. Your obsession with her is really starting to grate. Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
That says God forgive me too, right?
Alice,
What is
Oh no, her name's Alice. Okay. Fun to travel with friends rather than family, yeah.
are you here, Lissy?
I'm right here.
I don't know what I meant. Did she just go inside?
Gone fishing?
God
Oh, I
is
thought.
not here.
What did I do before?
Well,
I
of
thought I
course
read
he
this
isn't.
before.
You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards? See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
I think it's just the wind.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me the
I'm here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Just keep the zombies out. The Dementors.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. It must be her ringing the bell.
He's
It
really
must be Betty.
obsessed.
Well, we'll soon find out.
My library hasn't synced.
Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
I thought that was a person.
Lissy, look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh,
She
for
got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she...
At Woolworth.
She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a
Betty
labyrinth.
will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
I mean, we came here to find Betty. I don't know what your problem is,
What happened
lady.
here?
The sign on the door. God is not here.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
The church book. A record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And, Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Vandals. Tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look. How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me. I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
Feckle.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Old English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes. Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
No, no, no.
Tilly Verandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us.
Seriously, that's horrible.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two. Between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
This sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
How lazy.
Just one more page missing. Where are you going?
Very windy out there.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
this a fire hazard?
They're not always lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
There were a lot of deaths. Alice.
Hello.
Can I know?
This is the bell we heard ringing?
Oh.
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you. It's ghosts.
It's ghosts.
So what happened to the Hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
I don't like that sound. Please stop.
No.
Stop it.
They're gonna annoy her, guys.
Stop it.
I don't think I can annoy her anymore.
Stop it.
Stop it. Okay.
Stop it. We need to find all the pages.
I don't know. I was thinking something might fall out of the bell.
The missing pages must be here somewhere. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? We need to find all the pages.
Yeah, but can you tell me where it is? Yeah, she pointed one out from up above, and I guess she technically put the clues together. I don't know where this is. Look, she thinks she's helping, alright? I don't know where it is!
Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
Ryan, how you doing, by the
Missing
way?
pages must be here somewhere.
Yeah, but where?
Stop it.
Stop it! Stop! They should have had us say that. I feel like I'm blind. What? No, I hope you feel better soon. That sounds horrible.
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Hi to Biscuit. Biscuit, yeah. How you doing? Welcome. I think I'm going crazy. It's like these are grayed out because I've already yeah, I feel like she's just an annoying little sister. But, she's not my sister though, because then she wouldn't be so upset about me looking for my sister because it would be her sister too. Where are you going? I'm trying to find a piece of paper, okay?
Where are you going?
What's under the pew? There's like folded stuff like this. I think it's candles, actually. From a candelabra. The other one's like giant pieces of paper on the floor. So like this size paper, but on the floor.
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
I'm just gonna look this up. Um, the first page is on the floor. She points one out amongst the pews. Another will be nearby the sermon notes, and the other two are on the floor in plain sight.
Two for two. Tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out.
Oh, horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward.
Look,
Bitty, bitty, bitty.
I wasn't gonna
Never
spend
shut
half
up
an hour
about
looking
precious
for it,
bitty.
okay?
Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the third Fretland brother. The one who died in the cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Yeah,
Curse.
I don't know.
That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the
Christiania?
sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know.
Gra-
There were
grave-
surprisingly few
grave-
births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Oh god.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died.
Okay, so he wasn't the one who
Probably
hung
no
himself.
coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Ward?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed.
So is that her
after
birth?
Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it
Oh, no,
killed
this is her actual
everyone,
death.
how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Edward? What's wrong?
Final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead.
Hmm.
She can't be. I know. I know.
Teddy.
I need to see the
Oh
grave for
my
myself.
gosh, Juicy.
It's not Betty.
Are we
Betty's
gonna
still alive.
Are we gonna dig her up?
Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you. Where is it? I don't see it. They all look the same. This one,
Are you serious?
unmarked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad?
Look, I already pulled down a corpse and had to
Edward,
bury it.
Stop it!
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister
Or
like
what?
that.
Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
I still think he's like a figment of her imagination or something.
Lizzie? Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
I still think... Can I cover him up?
Lizzie? Where are you?
I still think she's got something to do with, with Betty. Yeah, I feel like they are something like that. Because he calls her Lizzie, which is Lissy. I don't know where I should be going. I don't have a close-up scene set up. I really need to do that. Invisible walls, yep. The curb music? What curb music?
Lizzie! Alice?
Are you serious that I can't go down here? I have to go the long way. The really long way considering it's back where I came from.
Alice, please,
Please.
come back to me.
I don't know what I meant to do. Do we bury him with his chair? That's kind of weird. What did we use to bury him with? I'm a little disturbed.
Where are you?
Oh.
I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me. No!
Okay. Because it's not going to be his
Don't
mom.
leave me.
She's 17.
Lissy. Hey,
Hey.
Lissy, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
Wow.
You deserve to be alone.
Usually means 500 years old. Well, his mom committed suicide and drowned. Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song. I'm not
Please.
familiar with that, Ryan.
Talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you
Oops.
get to decide how I feel and what I do?
Every minute of every day.
Yep, pretty much.
That I'm your puppet. Your little plaything. Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden.
Yeah, please
I
do.
never should have come here with you on this pointless chase.
Now, be reasonable. Lissy. Alice. No. No, no, no. What are you doing?
Oh
What I
god.
should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no, 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 no! What? No!
Hi, burrowing hamster. I swear if I click on her and she's Elizabeth, she's Betty.
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please
Okay.
don't.
You make me sick, Edward. Your mother and father
What?
would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed.
What?
They did not think you deserved their love,
Is this
so
Doctor
they
Who?
abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have. And
I don't
we
know.
love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No, never.
Am I gonna wake up on the couch?
I never forget. I am never alone.
Achievement unlocked. Everything changes. Day 4. I haven't played any Bioshock games. But that's what Lobo said, right? It reminded him of Bioshock.
Wake up, Edward.
It's the angel lady yelling at me. What?
Stop hiding. You are right in fearing for her. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired.
This is very
Please.
strange.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't
It
need
isn't an
us.
actual
I
angel.
can't find her on my own.
It's just too bad, my
Really?
darling
You
Edward.
sure?
Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to...
To you, Lissy. Oh.
So, the pins hung up that without my doing. Have I changed my shirt? I don't think so.
Lissy? Lissy. Please. Lissy. Listen. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Oh, but
Try.
she can.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
Oh
I don't
boy.
need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course, I...
This is not what I was expecting out of this game. Okay, nope, we're not allowed to. Okay, we clearly have to stay inside. I'm gonna have to go to the mine at some point, I would expect. Excuse me. I'm not tired, you're tired. I wonder if they'll throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Hear me out. Alice, don't go.
I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves.
Who is this?
One way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Is that
Stop
like my mother?
playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy Bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe
I know,
that's why he
right?
put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son
Wait,
had
my
turned
dad
into.
killed himself too?
Monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
No wonder I'm seeing people.
Lissy, get back here.
I gave you this jacket. Betty. You were here.
You should put it on.
Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. Alice, be reasonable. I'm trying to talk to you. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday,
Jesus
which means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty
She must have...
Betty, 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 Betty.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't?
She almost looks a little like Emma
What
Watson.
can she do that we cannot?
A little.
We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
Like, not
Be the
heaps
same.
and heaps, but if you told me she was related, I'd believe you. She needs to have how to fight the evil.
She does not want you.
Who are you talking
Why
about?
do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
Not us. We're always here for
I
you.
beg
You
you.
are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
Yeah.
You really want to be alone?
No?
Fine. You're alone.
Good.
Lissy. Come back. Please. Don't leave me. I lied. I don't want you to leave me alone.
These things creep me out so much because my grandmother used to make everything, like all of her clothes, and for my mom and my brothers, and I guess a little bit for me. But she had a dressmaker's doll, and it was in the foyer. So I learned the other day that Americans say foyer, and we say foyer, and so that was a very interesting thing. Anyway, she used to have a dressmaker's doll, but it had a curly wig on it that I ended up wearing in one of my acting performances. But it also had like the cover of a magazine, like that was someone's
Elizabeth.
face cut out, and it had a rubber band and was
Is that
tied
you?
around the head, so it looked like a face, and it just terrifies me. So mannequins that like look very realistic that aren't in a store.
Are you upstairs?
Very unusual for me. They creep me out a little bit. I remember like because it'd be dark and there'd be a shadow, right? And so when I'd go from our rumpus room and have to go upstairs, this is in her house, I would sprint as fast as I could up that like up and around the landing and up the stairs because I was terrified.
Betty, I'm coming.
I mean, I imagine it would have had clothes on it most of the time, considering she was making them, but...
I knew you were here. Betty?
Yeah, I know, right?
Betty? Are you in there? Open the door. I'm coming in. Stand away from the door.
Oh my goodness, Ryan. It's like when people have really realistic baby dolls in cars and people have broken the car window to rescue the child. Is this Betty's room?
Betty? No. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty.
Please don't open your eyes.
But who?
Please don't open your eyes. Please don't open your eyes.
Anna.
Please don't open your eyes. Okay. We're okay.
It's from Johann, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly
Now he's
distraught.
talking to Betty. I'm gonna have an amazing sleep.
Ere knock.
I have wild
Enough
dreams as it is.
Enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years, I've kept my silence about our discovery. But But my silence has only led to
Oh my gosh,
misfortune,
jerseys.
and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make
I
Frederick pay
dream
for what he has done
vividly.
to us,
You dreamed you
for
were
what
Anne
they
Frank.
have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me.
But
Anne was
Simon
already dead when
drowned.
he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
Can you read this script, Lobo? Yeah, I always have really, really vivid dreams, which is one of the reasons I don't sleep very deeply. And like I've had times where I'll fall asleep at my desk, I kid you not, for like 3 or 4 minutes and have crazy dreams in that time. And I hate it. I wish I didn't dream. Like it's really, it's kind of really difficult to deal with.
Were you here, Betty?
Yeah, like I'm basically hitting REM sleep instantly. Well, it is set in the 20s, but I don't know.
You
I
said
just
this was a
have
gift
bizarre
from
dreams all
another
the time.
unlucky suitor. It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless
Oh wow,
a
jerseys.
signpost, a breadcrumb. You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine. You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end.
I also have dreams. I have one dream very, very regularly.
So where is
This is to
Frederick's
talk to
farm?
Betty now, not Lissy. Where I dream that I'll be talking to someone and then like my teeth start coming loose in my mouth and like crunching in my mouth while I'm talking and then they start falling out. And then like I put my hand out and I can spit all my teeth start falling out into my hand, but I have hundreds of teeth, like not just however many you have. But in my dream, I know that I'm dreaming and I wake up because I'm like, this is just a dream. I've had this before. I know this. And I wake up, but I wake up in my dream into another dream where it ends up happening again. And it's like I get stuck in this dream cycle of my teeth falling out. Hi, Trev. It's been like the most recurring dream of my entire life. I hate it. Like I'm always terrified. And you know, because in my dream, I know that I'm dreaming. So I think that when I wake up, I feel like I've woken up in real life. I mean, I'm not sure, Ryan. I feel like I've woken up in real life and then I'll like function and go about my day and I'll walk downstairs and then like I feel this crunching in my mouth. I'm like, oh my God, my teeth are actually falling out. I also have a lot of dreams of my year 5 primary school teacher trying to murder me in my mom's backyard. Is this a spooky game? I want to say no. It's kind of more like a mystery thriller, but we've had some very peculiar moments.
The gate. Frederick's warning.
You'll be okay.
Path leads to his farm.
Usually wake up in your dream and then realize a few minutes later you're actually dreaming. Interesting. Last time you had a teeth falling out dreaming, you're like, oh well, I'll get dentures. Can we just make I feel like I should write down my dreams. Like I honestly have such bizarre dreams.
The farm is on the way to the mine, isn't that so, Betty?
But if you don't kind of capture them as soon as you wake up, you start losing clarity on them.
Are you still at the farm?
Read it in the creepy
Or
section.
did you go all the way to the mine? What led you to this place?
I know, I
All
should
these
just start
fragments.
documenting them.
You would piece them together.
I'm
into a
jealous
story,
of you,
wouldn't
Lobo.
Betty?
You want to start keeping a notebook
So,
by your bed?
What do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms.
I think I should.
But something
But I
happened
also
in
struggle to, like, if I were to type it
Disagreements
out on my phone or an
lead to a
iPad,
falling out.
I'm not very
And at the end of it all, 20
comprehensive.
years later, Johann walks this
Just
path
after I wake
to
up, like,
confront
stuff doesn't
Frederick.
make sense. You'd have to use pen and paper. Yeah, and I mean, like, that would be fine. But I just know, you know, if I wake up and send someone a text,
Was this your
it
doing,
requires a
Johann?
lot of
Did
reviewing.
you burn your brother's
Tells your
farm to
dad
the
a note.
ground?
That's true.
And where were you, Betty?
Or I could just, like, record the
Did
entire
you
thing.
witness their fall?
I thought these were crosses. They almost look like crosses. I think they're just from the structure, though. Capture card into my head. I mean, record me speaking about it. Who burnt down the house? The brother, it would seem. They had a family feud. Betty, question mark?
Betty? 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 Are you here, Betty? Betty!
Betty! Oh, I
Elizabeth!
can go up here. I don't think I can do that yet. I think I need to go down to the other one. No worries, Birmingham. So have a good sleep. Hey, are you gonna get a TwitchCon?
Betty, where are you? Betty? Are you here, Betty? Betty! Elizabeth!
You don't really have plans to.
Betty, where are you? Betty? Are you here, Betty? Betty! Elizabeth!
This just really reminds
where are
me
you?
of, I mean, if you happen to be in the area, I know it's like a 2.5-hour drive though, but if you happen to be there and not go to the actual event, you should let me know. This
Betty?
reminds me of playing Heavy
here,
Rain.
Betty?
Well, I'm pressing F to make this happen. Heavy Rain, and he's... Jason! Is it Jason? Jason! Is it Jason?
Elizabeth!
Alright, I'll stop spamming it. Jason! Well, when he's looking for his son in the opening scene. I'm trying to see if I can find a number. We haven't found the doll's head yet. Oh, what is this? Why does this one have a fancier tune? Jason!
Simon's grave. Born December 5th,
He,
1909.
well, that's the day
died
after, Ruth.
September 17th,
Maybe she just didn't ride for it for 2
1923.
days.
The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here, and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for
ooh.
Ruth's death,
Interesting.
I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figured this out in no time.
I didn't take note that he was that young, but I suppose that makes sense. He was the kid of, and this was his mother. He was 29. Okay, so... Oh 0512. It's probably 1709, I reckon.
What do you reckon, Betty? Let's try
Birthday.
Simon's birthday. Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found.
Anyway, have a good sleep, boring hamster.
Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health.
Weird how he's talking to Betty
I'm
now, not
concerned about
Lizzie.
you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon. Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene
This is
and the mine will
1902.
be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber.
The chamber.
We've already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
Is this gonna be where
The Fretland Mining Company.
the artifacts are found,
This
maybe?
must be for that locked shed. You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you. All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann
It
is
doesn't make sense.
convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later,
Oh, nice.
the
Congratulations.
accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Cursed mine in Grovik. Locals struggle with bad crops and livestock deaths and blame it on... They thought they were cursed because of the mine. A thing like that becomes self-fulfilling. If you believe you're cursed, every misfortune feeds the delusion.
This is true.
So, 20 years pass. The Fretland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
What was that meant to be?
It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
What happened to being super unfit?
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation. This place is cursed. Ridiculous.
Oh. Okay.
Ruth was here the day she fell. Something spooked her, and then she ran all the way to the cliff.
The
where...
killer. Where's his body?
You know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
He dropped his head. I feel like this is gonna be creepy.
Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me. Betty? Hello? Betty, are you here?
Oh god. Look, I got jump scared early on by just like a figure in the window. Hey Bidome, how you doing? Oh, what's another artifact? A pin?
Oh, Betty.
Oh.
This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Imagine. I'm doing alright. Oh boy. Okay, that I was okay with that. Thank you so much for the host, Midwest Farmer. Why would you run deeper into the mine? Or am I running out? What?
Edward! Edward!
Betty? Elizabeth?
Yeah, no,
Is that-
that's why I was confused. I assumed
is
I was
that
running
you?
deeper.
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
Edward!
Stay where you are. I'm coming. I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. It's me.
Edward!
I can hear you.
Where are
Hold
you?
on. I'm on my way. Stay put, Betty. I'm coming for you.
Edward, please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty. Betty?
This is really strange. Welcome back.
Edward!
I'm almost there.
I mean, she's completely changed path, but you know.
Betty!
Edward!
She sounds further away now.
Edward?
Just stay put.
I'm guessing she's at the farmhouse.
Elizabeth?
Betty is the baby head.
Edward! Oh, Edward! Hurry!
I'm coming.
I'm gonna wake up on the couch again. Is she on the cliffside? No, she's
Edward,
in here.
is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God.
Oh god, look. Oh god, I'm not emotionally prepared for this.
Elizabeth, there you are. Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried. I... Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the
I
mine.
don't know how to feel.
Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after.
Whose picture is this?
You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. And all it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us.
So this girl, this
We're a part
imaginary
of you.
girl is jealous
Forever.
of my dead baby sister.
And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now.
What? Why didn't I have to let
There's
her
not room
go?
for all of us in there.
What?
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth.
Who is this?
I'm so sorry.
Who is this a picture of? Greta Gaynor, Paramore, Lucky Star.
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
What is happening? Like the plot of a baby head killer. We feel like it more. Well, I don't think it was meant to be. It's not meant to be a horror. Why does he always go when he gets out? All right, Harry Potter. Let's take a look at you. He's got like a cleft lip or something. It's interesting. Quite humanizing.
Goodbye, Betty.
Bye. Excuse me.
Alice.
I'm right outside.
Oh boy. Look, you can't just go from one to the other like it makes no difference.
Are you up? I'm outside.
Like,
It's a
who is
beautiful day.
she?
Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off this stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
Is this like an
Final
imaginary
piece of the
friend?
puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started.
How else are you supposed to feel wanted?
We have an
Wow.
appointment with a ghost. Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air. Ugh. Boy, that sure is something. Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik. Well, to find my sister.
But Betty's
Sounds
not.
like Copenhagen to you.
She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck.
The killer pushes
Betty-
you down.
And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying?
Bravik?
Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned
Like
to tell their
snorted
story.
water out of my
I'm a
nose.
man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough.
What?
So what really happened to Ruth?
I believe it was an accident.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, she ran from the mine and came here. And then... Was she afraid? What made her run?
That often comes to that purpose and intent, like a cloud in front of the sun, or the girl ran from something from someone and he still believes this because the alternative. No, I'm
She
doing
could have
this.
been playing. Maybe it was slippery.
Just rotten luck? That's all it was? If only Ruth had wings. Like an angel. She could have flown straight to heaven. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
Heaven. They're dead. I don't know what that means. Maybe there is more.
Excuse me.
I can't stop you from hoping. You'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in the afterlife. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write?
I'm a writer? What?
A story about people who are isolated. Left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending. With
Tide
no annoying
Pod?
loose threads.
I'm just super tired.
Is that...
A boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I don't understand how this can be.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a
Let's
wiggle on,
blouse.
old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness. Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
It's like there's places you can go and like do more drawings and stuff, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Sean! Would probably want to secure the boat. Yeah, I don't know, like I couldn't do anything with it. I'll do this drawing. Wait. Oh no, this is right. It's really nice scenery though. And music. I need to do my Bob Ross stream. I need to work out what I'm gonna paint and get the paints and then do it.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
It's kind of creepy. Yeah, like, I didn't not enjoy it. It just has been... I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of try and go into these games pretty blind as to what's going to happen. I keep yawning. I'm really sorry. I definitely have enjoyed the story of this more than... What was the other one I was so confused over? Was that Layers of Fear 2? Yeah, that was interesting. Like, it's interesting to see that they cross out the Fretland and Fretland. Yeah, that was confusing. Like, this has still been really, like, an enjoyable game. I'm assuming it's almost over, so it's quite short. Did you really expect that of Norway?
The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right?
So who is she?
I think so.
It told me at the beginning. I'll read the material that I have and see if it explained it there. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.